color. The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi. Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington. Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson. Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington. Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington. James Douglas as Stephen Cord. Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell. And also starring Barbara Rush as Marcia Russell.
Late last night, Dr. Michael Rossi phoned Betty Harrington and informed her that her husband had broken his paralysis and was moving his arms and legs once again. Betty rushed to see Rodney to give him her love. Then she returned home to pack a suitcase so that Rodney will get the separation he wants. This morning, Betty deliberately avoids a visit to her husband's hospital room, knowing that Rodney is experiencing the pleasure of moving normally once again.
You know, I feel like the guy who robbed the bank got caught and for some reason didn't have to go to jail. It's like being given a second chance.
Well, in a way, that's true. You won't be able to get so tight with anger and fear and rage that you can't move. Now you know too much about yourself to let that happen again.
I guess you're right. You know, when I finally admitted that I needed the help of a psychiatrist, I thought that it would just make me more insecure. But, you know, I was wrong. I'm still in the driver's seat, even if it is a seat like this.
Well, you'll be out of that seat before long, pal.
Yeah, I know. But I'm grateful to you, Dr. Wilkinson. Thank you.
You did the work, Rod, but thank you. And good luck. See you at lunch, Mike.
Thanks, you helped me.
Hi, Dave. All yours, Harry.
Come on in, Harry.
Yeah, you realize, of course, you're holding up most of the top men in the hospital.
Give me 5.
Hey, pretty good. You know, we're going to have to make an adjustment in his bill. He's stronger now than he was before the accident.
Very funny.
That may be true, considering we've given him all this good care.
Yeah, to say nothing of the surgery.
And all those hours of therapy. And how about the excellent food and diet?
You know, I want to continue seeing you for a while anyway.
Hey, guys, I just want you to know that I'm really grateful to all of you.
Where do you get all the bills?
You're not free of us yet. Chuck's going to keep us posted of your progress.
Tell me, you think it's really important that I have therapy twice a day?
Yes?
Hello, Betty.
Dr. Rossi, can I see you?
Oh, of course, come in.
Dr. Miles, please call the operator. Dr. Miles, please call the operator.
Dr. Rossi, I've moved out.
Very good.
I've forgotten how lonely it was at the inn. Especially when I don't know how long I'm going to be staying.
Well, I suppose that's something you and Ron will have to play by ear.
If we play at all.
Betty, I just saw Ron. Well, his attitude's very good. He's getting his strength back. He's becoming his old self again.
I'm happy to hear that.
Are you?
Well, yes, I mean it.
Well, it just doesn't sound very convincing.
Look, I've done what you want me to do. I've done what Rod wants me to do. I've moved out of the house. I've made it possible for him to work this thing out on his own. But I am not a machine. I'm human. And I know myself fairly well now, and I know what I'm capable of doing.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Dr. Rossi, I was married to a man who showed me the fine art of hitting back.
Yeah, but who are you going to hit? Me? Rod? And why?
I want Rod back. I'll do that. Go ahead.
You ought to get out.
Oh, how do you mean that?
I mean, you ought to get out and take a walk sometime.
It's cold out there.
Dress for it.
The clothes I have on...
I'll lend you something.
Hey, how come you're being so nice to me all of a sudden?
Because you're a woman, and you're pregnant, and you're living in my house. You should get some air. It'll help.
Oh, yeah, I will. Oh, I'm a mess. I'm really a mess. I thought you were supposed to glow when you're pregnant. Did you glow when you were pregnant with Lou?
Tell me something, Vicki. How does a smart girl like you get caught?
Oh, maybe I'm not so smart.
I think you are.
You're laying a lot on me, Mrs. Miles.
I think I know you, Vicki.
You don't know me. You know about me.
I know.
Oh, how? Were you there? I mean, just how far were you from 137th Street?
Not far. Just around the corner on Lenox.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Quite a while. That's why I know what can happen to a girl like you.
Oh, yeah, you just might.
You're pretty, wouldn't you say?
Oh, sure, but it hasn't done me much good.
You know, years ago, a pretty girl felt, well, she could always make it through somebody else, right? But things have changed in Harlem. Pretty just isn't enough anymore, anywhere. You've got to make it starting with yourself. Your real self. Yeah. I know what can happen to a girl when she doesn't believe in herself.
How long were you married before you had, Cliff?
Cliff was born a year after we were married. Why?
That makes him an exceptional child.
Look, today I want to know something. Where's your father?
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Look, I've tried to talk to you about this before. I think you better level with me. We'll meet eventually, you know. You do have a family, right?
Oh, lots of family. I mean, we're just not very close or very related. Like you said, you know me.
Whatever family you've got, I know they want to see you and talk to you.
Oh, sure, you can all get together and take care of the baby.
Look, Vicki, I want to help you, and I want to protect...
Oh, you want to protect Lou. It seems to me Lou should have protected himself before all this happened.
Before what happened? Before what happened, Vicki?
Oh, my baby. I'm not having a child asking me, where's his father? Look, I know that whole scene, and I've been there, and it's really not too groovy. It's Lou's child. He's responsible for it. And if you feel responsible for Lou, then you can feel responsible for his child, too.
There are other ways of taking care of that responsibility.
Oh, like how, Mrs. Miles? Like, putting my child up for adoption? Well, who goes around adopting little black babies?
Black people have been adopting black babies for years, Vicki. People like my husband and me.
Oh, you'd do that? You'd really do that?
You said it was Lou's baby.
Yeah, it's Lou's baby, all right. And it's my baby, too. That's why Lou and me have to get married.
Hi. What am I doing home, right?
Yeah, what are you doing home?
Got a couple of days off.
Glory be. How come?
Had a little talk with Mike. Got him to juggle the schedule. Can you picture him juggling the hospital schedule?
All right, Harry.
Okay. Well, I'm going to New York for a couple of days.
New York? Well, tell me.
Well, I had a talk with Sergeant Walker.
About what?
New York. I figured he might know someone there, have a contact.
You talking about asking Joanne's father to investigate?
No, of course not, honey. But I know he was a policeman there, and he might know someone who could get me some information.
Investigating our son?
Yeah, well, our son might stand a little investigating.
But Sergeant Walker...
Now, don't carry on. He's not a stranger.
No, we've never been that close to the Walkers.
I know, but I just figured I could talk to him.
Why not to me?
What?
I mean, why didn't you discuss this with me? We've always come to decisions about the family together. Why not now?
Well, honey, there are technical questions to be asked and a certain procedure to be taken.
Why not, Harry?
I don't know. I just know that this is something I have to do myself, that's all.
Go easy, Harry. We don't want to make him more defensive. Drive him closer to Vicki. Maybe send them both off.
We'll just have to take that chance. We're not going to sit back and watch all these years just slide down the drain. Oh, come on, honey. Look, I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to investigate the boy, but I just don't buy this whole situation. I don't buy Lou being so noble and big about marrying this girl. Now, there's something wrong. Something is wrong, and Lou's not fighting back. He hasn't come to us not once and said help. Now, has he? Oh, Vicki wants to marry him, all right, sure, but why? Why? She doesn't love him. No, she says he's the father of her baby, all right, yeah. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and I'm going to find out what's going on.